and then married her.
Dirty bastard.
And there was no McDonald's one or something.
Yeah.
So how old is he?
Fucking 40s, 50s.
And he grabbed a 16-year-old.
Yeah, child.
What the fuck?
And then he
This
pissed
nigga
himself.
needs to be sued.
He's in jail now, he's in prison.
He needs to get bombed in prison.
I don't know about that, but it probably is. But who knows?
He looks like one of them ones as well. Alright, okay, so what did you say that he kidnaps, yeah? And then what did he do, pee on her?
Yeah.
What? That's some next whole story, that. Yeah, son?
Interesting.
These niggas fucked.
No one will defeat us.
And Fazal is playing his songs in his car. So can you imagine?
First I didn't
He
know,
does-
innit?
No, Fazal knew. He still did it. That's why Harun
No,
turned
I
it
didn't
off.
know. I didn't know.
Ooh,
Harun
shit,
told me
turned it
what
off.
happened. Harun told me what happened.
No. So these stories, I don't believe him. Don't believe a word that comes out. Because these stories, this was a big controversy. So yeah, like, it was literally all over the news. So there is no way Fazal didn't know. And
I
he
didn't
still
know
played his
either
songs.
until you lot told him.
Yeah, because you don't read news. You don't watch anything. You don't even have any like Twitter or something. You don't watch
I got
any
Twitter.
news. Follow Fazal then. Fazal, give me Twitter.
Faisal,
so
did
you
you
can follow.
tweet or something?
I don't have Twitter.
Fazal, you have to follow Zabe.
No,
Yeah,
only have
follow me.
Facebook and Instagram.
He has to follow him. Okay, Zabe, add him on Facebook as well. And Instagram.
First time you not got me on Facebook.
I don't know.
Sorry, guy.
Yeah, Fazal, add him.
No.
Zabe, send him a request. And what's your Insta, Fazal?
Nah, he's my friend.
Yeah.
Oh.
See?
What's your Insta,
They're not on
Fazal?
Twitter though.
Fazal, what's your Insta and Twitter?
I don't use
have
Insta, I'll
Twitter.
be honest with you.
What's your Insta
It's
then?
called. What's yours?
Mine's the Zobia_94, I think. I think so. I don't really use Insta, to be honest with you.
Yeah, just send Fazal a request.
No, sorry, Zobia_X. Well, do you share it on Instagram and Twitter? One second, let me go on Instagram. Instagram.
I have threads.
Oh my god, he has threads.
I've got LinkedIn.
You got link it right off,
Oh shit.
Confirm.
Virgin Media is trending on Twitter. It says Virgin Media cutting off at midnight
Hassan, have you
every
got
week
Twitter?
like fucking clockwork. It's a massive joke. No, I don't have
Hassan.
Twitter.
Oh, bro, see that?
No.
All these Virgin Media bots. See, I told you, Hassan, it's Virgin Media. It's not me.
It's literally there
Hassan,
every fucking week.
don't read too much tweets on that. It brainwashes you. Trust me. You know, news is all bullshit. It's not true.
Hassan, why are you bullshitting for about
What's
Virgin Media?
which news is not true, sir?
Even BBC weather. I mean, BBC News.
Which news I read that are not true?
Did you just make you up?
I know
Yeah,
some
but
true, but which ones did you read?
what they're making up, that's not true though.
Like, Queen, for example, yeah, she passed away before, and they told everybody, all the world after. Like, she didn't pass away on that time. She passed away before that, and there's a lot
So
of rumors about it.
so she passed away like a year ago, and then after a year they said.
No,
You mean like a couple of days?
like the timing wise.
But what did they gain from that?
How do you know if that's true?
No, it's true, it's true. So what I'm trying to say is that whatever's been said in news is not always true.
So when did actually
Yeah,
the Queen
but
pass away, and why did they hide that information?
Hmm?
Why did they hide the information? What do they have to gain from it?
What they're trying to gain? They're trying to gain. Uh, they didn't want to tell all the world. They
yeah, but
want to have.
what's the reason though? But why? What's the reason?
I don't know.
Well, who told you about BBC chat shit then? How did you find out the chat shit?
Yeah, who told you? Where did you get this information? Who told you that they lied about the Queen?
A lot of people.
Like, name some
What I
people that were
mean, like,
told
did
you.
you look online or did some of your friends tell you about it?
My work manager
Your work manager told you.
and a few others.
Who for you this?
You know, on like YouTube.
But then BBC announced it when Buckingham Palace announced that she died.
Yeah, because basically a book in the policy they told BBC News after, not at the time.
Yeah, when Buckingham Palace announced it, that's when the BBC reported it.
No, but he's in this later on or something.
So do you know when the Queen actually died? The actual time?
Bro, I don't know, only them people know anyway, Buckingham Palace.
But then how do you know like that the day she died? If you don't know when she actually died?
Because there's further information after.
How can you trust these people?
Yeah, where did these people get the information from? Like, how did they know?
How do you know they're not lying
There
to
are
you?
preparations before.
So what else are BBC trying about then? Lying.
Tax rates.
Tax rate?
Knickers.
No, oh, they lied about tax rates, whatever they said.
I'm sure they were saying like 6 point something. It's not 6 point something.
What is it?
It's 5 point something.
Tax rate 5 point something. So they're
Do you mean
telling it's higher but it's
do you
actually
mean
lower.
do you mean interest rates?
Yeah, sorry, interest rate.
So they said it's 6.6 but it's actually 5.5.
It's 5 point something.
So they're telling it's higher to people but it's actually lower.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Do you believe in COVID?
What do you mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Is that not true?
it's a virus.
But it's
Did you
called
get the vaccine or not?
Hell no.
Did your parents get it though?
Yeah.
Did your sisters get it as well, or did they get it as well?
Nope. Hassan, did you get it?
yeah, I got the vaccine.
How are you, Faisal?
Yeah, I got it.
What were you, sir?
I can't remember.
He
That's...
got it.
Oh, so you all are vaccinated?
Yeah.
Yes. What do you believe that's not true, Zaib? What about COVID?
Hassan, let's talk about Jews.
No, we
No,
talked enough
no,
about
no.
Jews.
No,
It's
no,
an
you...
interesting conversation.
Yeah, we've talked about, bro.
This,
We've all this
you
time
only
we've been talking
told
about Jews.
us... You only taught us 1% of Jewish.
We
What
have
don't you
talked enough
believe
about
about
99
Jews.
is
COVID?
missing.
What don't you believe about COVID?
It's...
Do you
Okay,
believe it's not
the
real?
cases... Okay, the cases, right? They basically put number of cases up figures wise themselves. It wasn't like It's not true how many they made it hours.
So no as many people were infected by it, and they were just lying about the numbers.
Yes.
So let's say originally 10 people were affected, but they said no, 10 people are not affected, 100 people are infected. So they lied about the number of people who were actually infected?
Yeah.
Is that what you're trying to say?
Yep. 100%.
Is it Faisal?
No.
Faisal needs to do his researching. He
Faisal.
can't give you the
Yeah.
answer straight away.
I can tell you it's
He
not
also
true.
play keyboard.
I can tell you it's not true. They
So
might have inflated the figures of people who died because they were counting up to 28 days of after they had the virus, so they counted anyone who died after 28 days, but they didn't overestimate the amount of people that got COVID.
you have been
Let's say
spread wrong
people are
information,
that been
Faisal.
adopted in a hospital due to the, for example, other illnesses, for example, a cancer or something, yeah, and their death basically came as that they had COVID. They died from COVID. Like, if they're in hospital, how can they get COVID?
They can
How
get
can you
COVID from other patients. It's a virus that spreads very easily.
Oh, there's a newer virus, you know? You know that?
Zeb, just a second, hang on there. So Zeb, so you don't believe that COVID caused any deaths?
Yeah, it did. But
Zeb, do you know
not
what?
much
Zeb,
as...
do you know? Let's say, do you know anyone with like a normal illness? Let's say like, do you know anyone in your family with like an illness, any sort of illness,
Mm,
any illness?
nope.
Okay, so for example, let's say you have like breathing issues, yeah? You can't breathe, and you need to use like inhalers and shit.
Mm-hmm.
You can be living, fine because you rely on the inhaler, to allow you to like easily breathe. But what COVID did, once you had COVID, it accelerated the process. So your body was weaker than usual. So normal illnesses, they became more serious, and that's what often causes deaths. It's basically a fast tracked, like let's say someone has breathing issues. It fast tracked that process of the breathing that they had. They were having more serious issues breathing, and because of that, some of them need to be ventilated. So it just basically fast tracked the process, the virus itself. So because some people with like very very healthy issues, but they were not healthy, if they had COVID, they were more likely to die because of the fact that they had the COVID.
And people who had a weaker immune system who can't fight the virus, they are very vulnerable, so they died as well.
That's what it was. That's what caused the death.
Like my dad ended up in hospital for a week because he had COVID pneumonia.
Ammonia, that's bad, innit?
He had COVID pneumonia. He got it because of COVID.
Yeah.
It was accelerated by COVID.
So you can have an illness, but what COVID did is just like fast track the process. That's what it does because it's a virus. It makes everything. Your body is already weak, and what COVID does is it makes it like it weakens it further.
Yeah, I know.
So that's what causes it. That's what the virus was. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So as you were saying, someone had like, cancer or something, and then they were in the hospital. Okay, only as an example, someone had a cancer, they got COVID. COVID made it worse, and then as a result, they died. Obviously, they had cancer, but COVID made it worse, and then when they died, the death was recorded as COVID. So it goes hand in hand. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm. So what's the new disease that is being out slowly? I don't know, I
There's
forgot
always
about it.
viruses. That's the thing. The viruses mutate really easily, and they reproduce really quickly. So they mutate and they change. When a virus goes into someone's body, it also changes. So that's why you have different variants of viruses.
The new one's supposed to be even worse than COVID.
It's
But
okay now. It's mainly
there's
gone
loads
now.
of different types of coronaviruses. Like we had you had Ebola in Africa a couple of years ago as well.
Yeah, I remember that
You
one.
had MERS in Middle East in Saudi Arabia. They got it from camels. So
Which one was
there's
that?
always it's called MERS,
Nice.
MERS. They're all types of coronaviruses like COVID.
Or do you know Corona is basically a self-made?
Corona is self-made. What do you mean?
Like some dickhead yeah went in the lab and he made this Corona shit. This disease.
Oh, well, that might be true, but you don't know.
Nick, you were telling me and Usa last time. Yeah, Usa?
When was this? I can't remember.
A while ago, long time ago.
Yeah, a long time. I
But
can't remember.
they do this to create medicine. That's the thing.
Yeah.
They test viruses and then try to create new medicine for anything. Like the flu is a type of coronavirus. People get it every year. You get a vaccine every year as well, a new vaccine because it changes.
Right. Usa, what happened to you? Why you gone quiet?
It's just the call. I'm just listening.
Don't believe what these people say online. They've got an agenda normally.
You have to find facts out for
They,
yourself.
they, they usually try to make money. That's what it comes down to.
It's about greed and profit.
What are you not gonna play now?
I do not know. I
I'll
thought you're gonna
jump
get
on
a PS.
card.
I thought you're gonna get a PS Plus to play
No, I'm
against
done.
Faisal in FIFA.
Yeah, Father.
He's waiting for a rematch.
Yeah, he wants a rematch.
I'll beat Faisal.
You
No, you
beat
did.
Faisal.
We played 2 games last time. I'm sure we played 2 games Faisal last time.
No, I don't believe that. I'll beat you.
You was AC Milan, I was Chelsea, yeah. Then I was Chelsea again, and you was, I think, someone else.
I don't play anyone else. I only play Milan.
So you're saying we only played 1 match?
Yeah.